Every place in the world has their own version of comfort food. For some, it's burgers, shakes, and fries. But in China, there's just something so magical about hot pot dishes. With an array of ingredients and short cooking time, there are tons of ways one can prepare and customize a hot pot meal to suit their own tastes and likings. Despite the varying tastes of people, there is one place that manages to satisfy them all. This place has managed to perfect the art of hot pot and transform this traditional Chinese meal into a worldwide favorite. The place in question is none other than haidilao. But just how did haidilao transform this simple hot pot business into a billion-dollar empire? Let's find out. Before we continue, make sure to give this a thumbs up, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for notifications. Let's begin. With an average revenue of about 26.6 billion yuan, haidilao has become China's leading hot pot chain. And today, we'll be telling you the story of how haidilao went from a 4-table restaurant to a now world-renowned chain with over 900 outlets across the globe. Considering haidilao's success today, it's hard to imagine that it was founded by a man who did not know how to make even the simplest of a basic hot pot. Haidilao founder Zhang Yang, like many other billionaires, is a completely self-made man. Being a high school dropout, Zhang used his work as a welder in a government-run tractor factory in his hometown Jiangyang in Sichuan, China. Zhang only had his first experience at a hot pot restaurant when he was 19 years old. Unfortunately, the food was terrible and the service staff were pretty rude. But this gave Zhang the inspiration and pushed him to start thinking about creating a place where people could experience excellent customer service while enjoying the comfort of a traditional hot pot meal. Subsequently, Zhang quit his job at the factory and started out haidilao with a small investment of less than 10,000 yuan, which was about $1,400 US. In 1984, Zhang partnered up with his then-girlfriend and now-wife Xu Ping and 2 of their other friends to set up the world's first ever haidilao with only 4 tables in a 400 square feet location. Inexperienced at preparing hot pot, he immediately got down to learning the basic techniques in order to be able to run his restaurant. After many cycles of trial and error, Zhang finally came up with haidilao's iconic Szechuan hot pot recipe that still remains a fan favorite till this day. Although unable to contribute much in terms of money at the very beginning, Zhang was the one responsible for the growth of the company's assets, doing all of that in the span of a few months as the restaurant's general manager. Under his leadership, haidilao started to outperform all other hot pot businesses in Jiangyang. As the demand for haidilao grew, Zhang added another floor to the restaurant to increase its capacity and installed air conditioners to ensure that the comfort of their customers were always taken care of. By 1998, they had opened a second store which went on to become just as popular as the first one. In the same year, a friend of Zhang's suggested partnering up to open a third outlet in Xi'an. However, the store suffered losses of 300,000 yuan within the span of half a year. This loss shook haidilao's confidence in partnerships, after which they never partnered up with anyone else ever again. The reason behind haidilao's immediate success was not just the food, it was the chain's inviting hospitality and memorable restaurant experience. The restaurant always worked to put customers first, paying attention to every aspect and detail of their dining experience. For example, Zhang started giving customers plastic bags to protect their phones from soup splashes, and hair ties to customers with long hair. By placing emphasis on little things like these that are easily overlooked by others, it set them apart from the rest and was a major contributing factor to haidilao's success with the local and international population. He also started giving out toys to young patrons and incorporated entertainment in the form of the ever-famous noodle dance. Though there may be an occasional smack in the face here and there, but hey, it's all part of the experience, isn't it? Wink wink. All of which brought a refreshingly new approach to the typical hot pot dining experience. If you've encountered such exceptional customer service, wouldn't you want to come back for more? On top of building customer loyalty, haidilao also made sure to cultivate strong relationships with its employees. To eliminate the common principal agent problem faced by larger companies of profit-satisficing attitude of its employees, every store manager gets a 3% share in the company, making them a stakeholder and aligning interests of all. This provides them a strong incentive to always work in the company's best interest, since they stand to benefit directly when the company does well. The trust and sense of ownership empowers managers to take initiative and is in turn reflected in the way they lead the team to serve, with quality customer service. When Haidilao hires a restaurant manager, the candidate has to pass 45 theory and practical tests. This rigorous hiring process helps the restaurant hire the most dedicated people, whom will be tasked to maintain their high standards and reputation. When it comes to performance evaluation, the managers are assessed on customer satisfaction and staff morale beyond just revenue numbers. This elaborate strategy has been proven to be successful by the chain's low staff turnover rate, 10% for frontline staff and near zero for management staff, both far below that of competitors. In fact, in 2010, Haidilao established its own university in order to train restaurant managers. Most teachers are experienced restaurant managers themselves, allowing apprenticeship for incoming frontline staff to learn from seasoned senior employees. This enables Haidilao's culture and values to be passed down and be consistent across its 20,000 employees. In 2012, the chain expanded internationally and opened its first overseas outlets in Singapore and New York. This was a smart move that proved to be extremely successful, as it opened up a whole new market for the hot pot restaurant, with people from all over the world wanting to experience authentic Chinese hot pot and Haidilao's incredible customer service. Zhang also targeted the Chinese migrants in these international markets to ensure the success of his new outlets. Banking on the restaurant's recent international success, Haidilao also started offering food delivery service through Alibaba, in addition to that already available on their own website. The idea behind this is that Zhang wanted people to get the all-inclusive Haidilao experience without having to leave their homes from start to finish. When you get Haidilao home delivered, a restaurant employee helps set up the hot pot. And after the customer is done, the employee returns to take care of the cleanup, something that no other restaurant has done to this date. The restaurant has also partnered up with Alibaba to improve site selections for new outlets through use of an algorithm that screens targets by population density, commercial opportunities, and nearby eateries. This algorithm even helps with inventory management. In September 2018, Haidilao went public and raised $963 million in a Hong Kong initial public offering to take the brand global. The IPO has valued the company at $12 billion, making it the first Asian chain to surpass $10 billion in market value. The funds raised helped finance the chain's rapid expansion and to develop new AI technology. Haidilao recently experienced a significant public scandal when lapses in hygiene were discovered in 2 of its restaurants. However, it averted the crisis by swiftly acknowledging all their mistakes, closing both restaurants for thorough cleaning, and establishing a detailed 7-point action plan to prevent any future incidents from ever occurring again. This move helped customers build deeper trust in the brand, reassuring them that they cared strongly about taking responsibility and being honest, even if it means suffering a loss of profits. According to Zhang, a new Haidilao outlet opens every 3 days, adding to the chain's growing global success. The reason behind Haidilao's consistent performance all over the world is its innovative culture and customer-centric approach, in which the restaurant chooses to adopt. Currently, the restaurant offers services like complimentary drinks and snacks, card and board games, manicure services, and even shoulder massages to waiting customers, which goes to show how much the chain cares about everyone who chooses to dine with it. In only 25 years, Haidilao has managed to emerge as one of the most successful Asian food chains, achieving local and international success. With its signature broths, quality cuts of meat, fresh vegetables, and impeccable customer service, Haidilao is not just a restaurant, it's an experience that has been carefully curated to stand out from all its competition. And as far as the future goes, Zhang plans to retain the company's core values to continue the chain's age-old promise of quality meals and memorable experiences. So, what do you think of the rise of haidilao? What would you have done differently if you were in Zhang's position? Do let us know in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give this a thumbs up, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for future notifications. Be inspired, and we'll see you in the next one. If you would like a more in-depth look at how some companies actually make their money, click the video on the left. Or if you would like to find out about other companies that were able to scale up their business empires into massive giants, click the video on the right.